let me do this. What is up, everyone? I am Chris Knight, and you are watching Chaos Central and The Real Review 3000, whatever you want to say. But this is Chaos Central's The Rule of Three. It is Sunday again. It is 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As I am such a grateful host that I have changed mine to Eastern Standard Time.
You have to.
No, I don't.
The best time.
Central Time. Central Time.
No, bro, no.
Central Time is central to everything.
No, it's not. It's really
That's okay. I've come to learn that a lot of the people we stream with are Eastern, and it's just kind of a habit now.
I wonder why that is, though.
Because there's 5 fucking billion people over on the East Coast.
We know what time it is, that's why.
If you say so. As you can see, got Nzo here. Danny is here. It's just he's right there.
The prune juice got to him, guys. He had to go to the bathroom real quick. Let it out, you know what I mean? Now he's back.
Oh, we are already started. This is lovely. I'm just so glad we're all kumbaya-ing it up here.
As always.
Yes. As Dandelion Fluff said, hi, Chris. Hi, Nzo, and Invisible Danny.
Hi, Dandelion.
Yes. It's good to see you guys out there. I saw we had Jesse Miller here earlier. I don't know if he's still here. It's a Trap Productions, Alexander Trap. Good to see you. Yeah. So let's just go around and let's talk about ourselves for 5 seconds. Nzo, tell everybody about yourself and where they can find you.
Yes, you guys know where you can find me. Biggaford Entertainment is the channel. Rule of Three, Chaos Conversation, Chaotic List, Rob Storms, Square One, the OCC, Equilibrium. Check out all of these channels if you can, guys.
Absolutely. Karen's in the house also. Good to see you, Karen. Thank you for stopping by. And next, Danny. Danny, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself, where you can be found.
Pretty much the same place you can find Nzo, you can find me. We pretty much, I guess, are the Wonder Twins of the freaking YouTube.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, sure today, but unfortunately I got to work, so it's the second week in a row we missed Equilibrium. Yesterday, unfortunately, because of my other job, we missed Square One. I was able to get on here today with Chris and Nzo for Rule of Three. Tomorrow night, hopefully, if nothing comes up, we'll be doing, I think, our top 5
female artists.
That should be pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
On Tuesday, we'll be back on Nzo's show, The Chaotic List, do whatever topics he come up with. And of course, 4 nights out of the week, we usually stream with Robert Storm on Storm Live. So you can find us all over the place. And we know you can't watch them all, but watch 1 or 2, support it. And we try to give out a lot of good content, man, and we appreciate all your support.
Absolutely. 100. Yes, that's it. Definite. Okay, guys. So before we go too far into this, I need your guys' help. The people that are in the chat, I just need you guys' help. If you haven't done it already, there's a vote up on Twitter. You go to my Twitter page at chrisknight5150, and my pinned tweet is a vote, and I'm so close to winning this. It's not even funny because I didn't think I'd even come this close. I mean, I thought maybe 10% was all I was going to get. It's almost 50-50 right now, guys. But I need your vote. I believe Tommy will put that in the chat right there. Yes, please, guys, if you haven't voted already, go there and vote. Please vote for me. I know the other person I'm going up against is a fairly attractive lady who has a lot of people who have already voted for her. But please try to vote for me. I would greatly appreciate it. Danny, have you voted?
No, I have not.
Okay, well, please do vote.
Where do I need to go to again, bro?
Go to my Twitter page, and the pinned tweet that I have there, it'll have a picture of Uncle Sam coming out of a poster that says, I want you, and it's a lot of theatrics. It's the Fandom Collective card battle. It's kind of like Pokemon, except we don't have levels or special abilities. It's all based off of voting. Thank you, Trap. I appreciate that you did. I really appreciate everybody who does go and vote. If you haven't, though, please do vote. All right.
Yeah, I voted. But had I known it was an attractive girl you were going up against,
because it shows you right there. I think it shows that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this, guys. Let's get started right away. 3 topics, 3 minutes. You guys know the deal. It's the rule of 3, and here we go. First topic's going to get picked. Boom. Okay. Now I don't think we've done this on here. I know we've done it on the Weekly Rumble, but after seeing Dave Filoni on the behind the scenes pictures and all that from the Mandalorian season 2 set, are you convinced that he should be the president of Lucasfilms? So it's been a minute now, but we've got pictures of Dave Filoni behind the scenes. Some of them had George Lucas in them and things like that, but it was from Mandalorian season 2.
Mm-hmm.
He looks in charge. He looks like he's got it all under control. Does that make you think he should be Lucasfilm's president now? 3 minutes on the board. Who would like to start?
I'll go first.
Fair enough. Anzo, your 3 minutes starts now.
Okay, so should he be in charge? I don't think so. I think he should have a high level up there, you know what I mean? But I don't think he should be in charge. I did like The Mandalorian. I thought it was pretty decent, but I've said many times a lot of the dialogue felt like it was Star Trek more than Star Wars, you know? They're on the right track, definitely, because out of everything that has come out of Disney, I think Mandalorian is the best, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have unpopular opinions where I don't like Rogue One, so maybe someone that likes Rogue One might say that that was the best, but for me, I didn't really like it. But when it comes to The Mandalorian, I think he should definitely, maybe Favreau should run it and Dave Filoni his number 2, because one thing I will say about Dave Filoni is he's learned from George Lucas. Like when you watch that documentary, I think it's the end of episode 3 or 2, where he's breaking down the lore. He sounds like it's coming from the mouth of George Lucas, like even the way he talks about everything. So we know he was definitely mentored by George Lucas. I also believe he still keeps in contact with George Lucas to find out what could be done, especially on The Mandalorian, right? Because he has always been into Star Wars lore, and he wants to be like George Lucas, basically, when it comes to Star Wars. So again, I really don't think he should run it, but I think with him and Favreau leading the team, Favreau number 1, him number 2, maybe get some better writers, or at least bring past the George Lucas and say, here, this is the script or whatever, you know what I mean? Because sometimes I just listen to the dialogue and I'm like, man, that is definitely Star Trek dialogue, and I don't like that in my Star Wars movies. So yeah, I don't think he should be in charge, but I definitely think he should be the number 2 for sure.
Okay. All right. Is that all?
Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Danny.
Yes, sir.
3 minutes on the board. Your time starts now.
All right. The question was, should Dave Filoni be in charge of it? Is that the question of Star Wars?
Should he be the president? Yeah.
Yeah, because we got the pictures and all that over the past few months. We've gotten pictures of him behind the scenes of The Mandalorian 2, some with George Lucas and Favreau there. Does this stuff, with the way he looks in charge, he looks like he knows what he's doing, does this make you think he needs to be the president of Lucasfilm?
I definitely think he should be the president, because I believe that George Lucas trusts him. Out of the people that got their hands on it now, he has the most experience with it. As John Favreau is awesome, but he's been working out of Marvel now, so there's going to be some sort of a learning curve, I think, so to speak, on the Star Wars lore. Dave Filoni already has that. If you go to Disney Plus and listen to the back scenes of the Mandalorian stuff, when he speaks, everyone around the table is kind of in awe, because he knows little intricacies about Star Wars that the average fan doesn't know. So that does not automatically translate into being a director or a president or whatever the case may be, but I think that he is just as good as anybody else. I don't see another viable candidate because everybody is talking about how Kathleen Kennedy has messed it up. So I think she moved out of the way. I think Jon Favreau could do it, but he got a learning curve because he's coming off from Marvel, which is a handful in itself. Dave Filoni has been in here. He's had his hands in Clone Wars. He had his hands in Rebels. He knows the lore, and George Lucas trusts him. So I think that should put him definitely at the front of the line. If you don't get the job, he's not the number one man. He should be the number one A man then. But I think he knows what he's doing. He takes some liberties, which anybody that has any kind of creative juices at all is going to take some liberties, and some things may or may not go well over with the fans. But I think for the most part, other than George Lucas, I think he's the most knowledgeable on the Star Wars lore. I think that George Lucas knows that he's not going to live forever. He has other interests, that big new museum, or he's trying to open whatever. That's taking his time. So he needs somebody that can be there day to day, that he can trust, that if he see their name on the phone, he's going to pick it up and answer any questions they may have. I think between him and Jon Favreau, they're going to put Star Wars in the right direction. Bill Iger is going to keep Kathleen Kennedy out of the kitchen. Say, look, you had your time on the stove. Now give these two chefs their time on the stove. You go over here and you work on this or do whatever. Just don't disturb them. We've seen Jon Favreau's track record. He started off with Iron Man and he built it up, or had a hand in building it up to what MCU is today. I think that he needs to do the same thing with Dave Filoni's help, because I don't necessarily think Jon Favreau, based on what I've seen on the Disney Plus show, has all the questions and answers and know why A connects to B and B connects to C and C to D and so forth on that Dave Filoni has. So I'm all for Dave Filoni taking over the reins and at least giving an opportunity to show what he can do. If he don't do it, then of course you got to get chopped. But I think right now he's the best contender as it goes from what I've seen over there in Lucasfilm. So I don't have a problem with him trying his hand, so to speak, on the reins.
Awesome. All right. So I've said it several times. I see several combinations. I wouldn't mind Filoni being in charge. I mean, I think it works really well. He's worked for Lucasfilm since 2007, and I want to say he's one of the longest tenured next to Kathleen Kennedy. He's done voice acting, producing, directing, writing. I mean, this guy knows the ins and outs of this business. And again, no matter what you say about the new stuff that he's been attached to, it feels more like Star Wars than the stuff he's not attached to. That's Star Wars. So that tells you he has some cognitive idea of what the hell's going on with his product. So he has to be somehow, some way attached to the leadership of this company. Now, if that's the main guy, if that's the guy below him with Favreau above him, I'd be fine with that. Or something like I said possibly could be the case, because everybody's asking me about, main guy over in Marvel. Why do I always forget his name when I have to? Danny?
What?
The main guy for Marvel.
My gosh.
Exactly. That's what happens to me too. It's like I had this, I knew
Kevin
this.
Feige.
Thank you, Kevin
Feige.
Feige. So I do believe that we could get. Everybody asked me, they're like, "Well, what about Feige?" I thought he was going to become Star Wars and stuff like that. And I said, what I see is, I think Marvel and Lucasfilm fall under the umbrella of Feige being in charge, because he knows how to handle large projects that take time to develop. Two, I think then Favreau or Filoni takes over Lucasfilm. And if Favreau does it, then Filoni's right underneath him, and he's the main idea man when it comes to Star Wars projects. Filoni will, Favreau will handle all things Lucasfilm, meaning like if Lucasfilm has its hands in the CGI of something for Marvel, that he'll oversee that stuff too, because he has an understanding of that stuff from both sides. I think Filoni should be in charge of almost every Star Wars project out there, whether or not it's overseeing it, it's directing, producing, writing, doing the voicing, whatever. He understands Star Wars. Right or wrong for what he has messed up, he at least does it. And if he does mess up, it's not bad, and he'll apologize. He'll be like, I understand this isn't exactly in line with everything else, but it's mostly in line, and it works for what you're doing. That's important right now. 3 minutes on the board for all of us to talk. I think we're all kind of on the same page. Some faction or in some way, he has to be heavily connected to the leadership of Star Wars.
You give me another
Absolutely.
name who can take the reins, then other than him and George Lucas, then let me know. I don't
think-
think that person exists.
I think it should be, like I said, I think it should be Filoni, because he's coming off of Marvel, so he can help build that universe.
No,
but
no.
hold on.
You You saying the wrong
Yeah.
name.
Huh? No, I'm
You
saying
said the wrong
Filoni.
name.
I said
Favreau.
No, you said Filoni.
Yeah,
Favreau just came out from Marvel.
Oh, I meant Filoni I meant Favreau if I said Filoni. But yeah, Favreau should be the number one, right? I think he's coming off from Marvel. He knows how to build that universe, but everything else should go through Filoni. So, like, let's say, he has an idea, brings it to Filoni. Filoni says, hell no, that's not going to work in Star Wars, this or that. And like I said, they both should consult with George Lucas.
They should. And I think they will. I think they both. Well, Filoni for sure has that connection with Lucas still. And if Lucas is there saying it to Filoni, Favreau is going to sit there and go like, okay, all right, there's something going on here. This makes sense because Lucas is on board for it. And I think Lucas, as a silent partner, that's what he would become for Lucasfilm. He would not be there day to day. He wouldn't have his name on anything, but he would talk to these guys, and that's what you want. You want a way to have him come back. He doesn't have to do anything if he doesn't want to, but if he sees something, he can say, hey, yeah, I wouldn't do it like that. He won't do that with Kennedy, because he's even admitted that Kennedy obviously was a mistake to push her like he did.
She stabbed him in the back.
Yeah, and I mean, and much like how it should have been with her, instead of as soon as everything comes her way, if she doesn't like it, she changes it. There has to be a hierarchy, and it needs to be something where everybody listens to each other. That's why Marvel's worked. If a director leaves something like Doctor Strange 2 because the vision isn't the same, he leaves. You don't hear anything really horrible about it, but they're going to continue on with the basic vision because Feige has a plan, and he's willing to listen to directors. He's willing to listen to people. I mean, I haven't heard any director, producer, or actor bitch about being on a Marvel movie, really. Not majorly.
Yeah.
Making money.
Well, that's true too, right there. So yeah.
Plus, as long as they stay within the guidelines, they get to basically do whatever they want to with their movies, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing that Marvel does as well.
Absolutely.
And you look on there, and your stuff is critically acclaimed. You've been a part of the highest grossing. Like, what's the lady that plays Gamora? She's been on the two highest grossing movies of all time.
Oh,
She was on InGame, and she was on Avatar.
Avatar, yeah.
So shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think
That right
that's
there alone open up some doors later on down the future. So, I mean, who the hell wouldn't want to be a part of that? It's kind of like the 1960s Batman, all those big name stars, man. They want to be part of that shit because it's a happening thing back there. To be on Batman. Some of them characters is dumb as hell.
yep.
Shit I ain't heard of.
But it worked.
Egghead. Who the hell want to be a supervillain named Egghead?
Yeah. Who did that? Who did Egghead?
Vincent Price.
Yeah, but that too, right there.
Really?
Yeah, Vincent Price was. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, definitely.
Frank Gershwin did the Riddler.
Hard to hear you, Danny.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
I said Frank Gershwin did the Riddler. I said Burgess Meredith did the Penguin. Jesus Romero did the Joker. I mean, doing big name stars back then.
Yeah, they want to do what's popping at the time, right? So there shouldn't be no issue. Like Marvel right now can write their own ticket. They could probably ask any actor to be in their movies, and it'll be like, hell yeah, damn right, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, any group, and this is how far Feige thinks ahead of things. They've got Stan Lee's cameos. I think I heard for like 10 more films or something.
Oh yeah,
That's smart. Don't know how they did that, but that's smart.
Well, because they if it's not directly interacting with the main character like it is with Captain Marvel, if they don't absolutely, they can work that scene in somehow, and they probably had certain ideas of where this would go. And if he absolutely had that that outline even out further than we thought, come on. I mean, I don't know that. Of course, I don't have proof that that's for sure. I've read several articles where they said they shot it ahead of time. And shout out to that freaking opening for InGame when after he died. That dude, that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I love Stan Lee to death. I got to meet him at a couple Comic Cons and stuff, and beautiful, just great guy. All right,
Can you hear me now? Does that sound good?
Yeah, you're a little better. It's like kind of cutting in and out a little
Yeah.
Well,
bit.
I bought brand new cords for this shit, so I was hoping that would improve my
Yeah,
audio.
hold on, just a second though.
It's like somebody got an air conditioner or something blowing.
that's probably me. My air conditioner's on.
I can hear yours, but it sounds louder when Chris got his on.
Yeah, I think Chris has his on too.
What was that?
You got a lot of
Oh, yeah.
background noise.
Yeah, I know. I just
AC or fan is on, right?
no. Actually, that's water.
Oh,
We're gonna see if we can't stop that. Okay. So next question that just came up: does the Hulk need a standalone movie? And if so, who
I didn't see that. Spin.
do you want to be the villain?
yeah, he spun it when you were talking.
Yep, I did. No, and that's because I want us to continue to talk. It's okay to have a little overtime, but yeah. So, does the Hulk need a standalone movie? And if so, who do you want to be the villain? Danny, since Nzo went first the last time, we're gonna have you go first this time. 3 minutes is on the board. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here you go. Time starts now.
I wouldn't mind seeing another Hulk movie, but I don't want Ang Lee to be any part of it. I think his Hulk movie was totally disgusting. The only thing I liked about it was when he had in like the cartoon squares for a portion of it when they filmed stuff. I thought that was pretty smooth how they did that when he first transformed. Other than that, that movie to me wasn't well put together. The CG was terrible in my opinion, so I was not a fan of that first Hulk. However, the second Hulk, the one where he fought Abomination, and I can't think of the name of the actor. Escapes my mind.
Yeah, I know who it is too. I'll find it.
I thought that one was doing much better. Liv Tyler played Betty Ross. The guy that plays General Ross was outstanding. So I'm a big fan of that one. I wouldn't mind seeing another one. I don't know who the actor would be, but I want to see the leader done. They did it. They opened the door for it. They were trying to cure him, and some of the gamma radiation blood got onto the guy's brain, and you can see his brain start glowing and getting bigger. Mm-hmm. So they open up the door for the leader, and that's one of the Hulk's most what's the word I want to use? I mean, he's so repetitive. He's like Joker is to Batman, and he's like that to the Hulk. So he's always trying to get the Hulk strength and combine it with his intellect to become the perfect specimen. So I wouldn't mind seeing that. I don't know who they would get to play the leader. Don't have a clue, but that would be who I want to see. I think they could make it.
The Abomination was Tim Roth.
No, I'm trying to see who played. The actor that played the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, for
Bruce Banner.
For which one? Oh, it was Edward Norton.
Yeah, Edward.
Yeah,
Norton.
the second one was pretty good.
Edward Norton was better Bruce Banner than Eric Bana, I think his first name was the first Hulk.
Yeah,
I didn't like him. I like Ed Norton much better. But like I said, the leader I think would be the perfect villain. They already opened it up. I don't know who they would get to play the leader, but I think that would be fantastic. Or if they want to use some of the stories from the live action Hulk, there was one called The First. I don't know if you remember that episode. But it
Mm-hmm.
was a guy that became the Hulk first, but he was evil.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
He was a mean old man. And when he became his version of the Hulk, he killed people.
Hmm.
So Bruce Banner is not a mean person, and he doesn't kill people. So I wouldn't mind seeing something like that. I mean, if they want to use old stuff. So, but definitely, if not, they want to do something new. None of us have ever seen the leader in live action, so that could be something new. It's something I would be excited for if they would announce him as the bad guy to see how they do it. But no Ang Lee, I do not like him.
What was that? What was that last part?
I say no Ang Lee as a director. I do not.
Well,
like
no, I mean, I don't mind the first one, but I think it's more visually speaking because it is very boring in a lot of different places, very slow. I just like the visual look of it being a comic book, it flipping
Yeah,
in
me
and
too.
out. I like how that is. Maybe I need to be more specific about that. But
I
okay.
like that part of it, but the fight with the dogs, I couldn't have see the damn
Oh
dog.
yeah, no, that's fine.
What the fuck?
Onzo, 3 minutes on the board. Your time starts now.
Okay, so first off, I'd have to agree with Danny. No Ang Lee. I mean, he did some things in that Hulk that I liked. Like what the madder Hulk got, the bigger he got. I like that. But other than that, in the comic book element of the visuals, no, it was absolutely trash. I mean, his father was David Banner, or he was David Banner. His father was Bruce Banner, whichever, or I can't remember. And then the father was supposed to be absorbing man. It just did not work at all. But do I want to see a Hulk movie? Absolutely. Hulk has been my favorite character growing up for forever. Still is. I just don't like what Marvel has really done with him. They weaked him out, and in the first Avengers, I'm sorry, but Hulk walks around and he moves like he's a monkey or a gorilla. And
Yeah.
I really don't like that. I wish they would have kept the Incredible Hulk, that the way he looked in that movie. I wish they would have kept that one. I love that way that Hulk looked, him and Abomination. Now, as for my villain in this movie, I'm gonna go out the box. I do understand that the leader would be great, but I want someone who's as powerful as Hulk. So if you're gonna put the leader, he has to have someone working with him, which I would like to see Juggernaut.
Oh yeah.
I would really like to see a Hulk and Juggernaut fight. They fought plenty times in the comics, so in a movie setting, that would be really good, especially if they make the Juggernaut look like they did in Deadpool. That would be such a wicked fight. Or if what I'm hearing from Black Widow is correct, we may be getting Red Hulk soon. So if we start to get Red Hulk, then I wouldn't mind. Yeah, exactly. And with that, you can incorporate that right into the MCU. Juggernaut might be a little bit different because we haven't even got the X-Men yet. But if they're doing the Red Hulk, because in Black Widow, he's supposed to get the super serum and stuff like that. So maybe he turns into the Red Hulk. Then you can have a Hulk movie, standalone movie, where the Incredible Hulk has to fight the Red Hulk. That would be fucking amazing. And that will still stay into what they're doing in the MCU, right? Because from what I know, Hulk is still supposed to be a major part in these universes. So everybody else is gone, but Hulk is supposed to still be around. So why not have him fight the Red Hulk, Put the Red Hulk in it and have a big war between the two of them. So those are my villains that I would like to see. If you're going to do the leader, you do him with the Juggernaut. And then if you're going to go the Red Hulk route, then that's fine with me as well. But definitely a standalone movie. Hopefully they can get some shit worked out with Universal so that we can at least get one. I mean, come on now. Let them distribute it then. So what? You know what I mean? You'll get a cut off of it, or they'll get a cut off of it, but you'll still have a Hulk movie in development.
Absolutely. Okay. So, as usual, I have weird ideas. So let's just start this and see if I can get this out in 3 minutes. I think that they should keep the leader. I think the guy that played the leader in The Incredible Hulk should come back. The only thing you have to change is the fact that, Edward Norton didn't come back. So don't worry about that. Just go over that. I do like that Hulk the best, the look.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Add the Ang Lee getting bigger when he's mad. Great, we got it. Bring leader back, but how about this? In the next phase that we're going through, all these next phases, each main hero has a main villain, but they're not always there. Kind of like what they did with Thanos. Thanos was always in the background in many of them until you got to the end. So the leader's there, but the leader helps other villains to try to defeat that particular hero. So in this case, the leader would be against Hulk. So let's say Thunderbolt Ross. I believe he does become the Red Hulk at some point, right? Yeah. So he helps Thunderbolt Ross acquire the serum to become the Red Hulk, but he's in the background. So when he's got the head that's gotten the serum on it and all that, or you're not going to see, or Ross wouldn't see that, but it's absolutely designed to get to the Hulk. So you do that, but in each Hulk movie, if you do 2 or 3, let's just start there. You could have another guy. You could have, like you said, Juggernaut, but he helps Juggernaut figure out how to try to go after the Hulk. That way you have this evil baddie, the big one, the leader, and if you did the third one, that's when the leader could reveal himself. That way at the end, when the new Avengers movie finally comes around, they have like 3 major villains to work against or to try to defeat. It's a lot to work with, and it would take time to develop, but they spent 10 years developing the Thanos and the Infinity Stone thing. They've got plenty of time to do that, I think. So that's kind of what I would like to see. But the leader, Red Hulk, Abomination is dead technically in this, so I guess I can't work out.
No, he's not.
I thought oh no, that's right. They didn't kill him.
No,
that's right.
they didn't kill him.
Who else? A way you could introduce him, because he was against the Hulk at one point. You could bring Wolverine in. You could do that, which I don't know if that's I don't know if that's strong, because he is technically later on an anti-hero, whatever you want to call him. Mysterio or Mastro, I mean. You can do that. Definitely Juggernaut. Thanos is dead. Can't bring him. How about Galactus? You could start introducing Galactus. I think they're going to do that somewhere else, though. So 3 minutes on the board. Yeah, 3 minutes on the board. Let's keep talking about this.
Galactus is too big of a threat to
exactly.
bring him in.
But that's what I'm talking about. Maybe you do bring the leader in, and he's working with Galactus instead, because that makes a little more sense. But the leader, Red Hulk, Juggernaut are 3 big ones. I mean, you could go. I don't know. I'm trying to think of other ones.
Well, I also agree with you. They got to stop killing off their villains, especially if they want to do like a secret war type of thing. They need all the villains for that. You know what I mean? So they got to stop killing them all off. Man.
Yeah, but the Beyonders of the Secret Wars, he could bring them back for that. That would solve that problem.
Yeah, well, right now, again, I think the biggest thing on the Disney Plus series that's really going to make the biggest difference, then before we get Doctor Strange 2, the biggest thing that's going to make a difference leading up to that is
WandaVision.
No, not just WandaVision. I think it's going to be Loki, because Loki is alive again.
Yeah, but he's in a different timeline.
He is, but again, you have him messing with stuff, because I think what they're going to do when they get to Doctor Strange is try to find a way to smash it all together.
If they do that, then yeah.
I'm just saying, there's that possibility. I think Loki with Doctor Strange and WandaVision are all 3 really big question marks.
I think Loki's going to cause so much trouble in the multiverses that Doctor Strange is going to have to take care of that shit. And somehow kind of where they're connected, where he kind of, because if you remember in, was it Thor? Where he kind of had Loki stuck in the damn dimension in the damn toilet. So he got more power than Loki does. So I'm pretty sure he's going to have to get that shit straight. But another thing about the Hulk movie, everybody keep talking about Hugh Jackman is going to be impossible to replace. I would do maybe a Hulk and then do a computer-generated Wolverine on that fight scene. Because that's the only way you're going to get his right size which is 4 something, and get it. And if you do it really well and spend a little money, it probably costs an ass of money. But if you get a computer generated Wolverine, that would be an awesome fight if they could get it done like if they try to compare it to the animated version. If you watch the animated version, that fight scene was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't
saying
know.
I would like it, but what actor you gonna find as short as Wolverine?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if anybody's going to accept, and I'm only saying it this way. I understand how he is if you want to make a comic book accurate. I'm just not sure if anybody's going to accept him that small after everything we've seen in the movie universes. I just don't know if they're going to. Now, I am one of those people. Oh, go ahead, Danny. Sorry.
I just has a large measuring stick, Hugh Jackman. But every time you get on, talk with somebody, Hugh Jackman, who's gonna? I mean, I don't know who's gonna replace him.
Well, you know,
I think Keanu Reeves could do it, but like,
I don't know.
No, you too old, you too this, you too that. So I don't know if they ever find somebody that's going to be comparable to Hugh Jackman. So,
okay,
yeah,
make them yourself.
Yeah, see, I'm one of those people that just can't see anybody but Hugh Jackman, but I'm not naive enough to believe you can't replace him. It's just going to take the time to see how he looks. Like, new Batman guy.
Patterson.
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson. I didn't think that would work. I saw his costume. I'm like, okay, I'm understand.
You can look a certain way. That's what Schumacher said about George Clooney.
Mm-hmm.
What everybody's saying.
Mm-hmm. And that makes sense. So yeah, okay. All right. Let's see here what the third and last topic will be. Oh! How about that? I almost didn't make it. All right.
That's close as I ever seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. All right. Oh, wait, I gotta get it right here. It's rumored that Disney may release movies like Black Widow to Disney Plus Premier Access or a Premier Access type thing. Do you want to see this happen? So, let's put this in the chat. And we'll remove it from there. 3 minutes on the board. Who would like to start this?
I'll go.
Okay. It is rumored that Disney may release movies like Black Widow to a Disney Plus Premier Access. Do you want to see this happen? 3 minutes on the board. Your time starts now.
If memory serves me correct, me and Nzo was on a stream and we were arguing the fact that if they went to straight streaming service and they didn't make their money back, it's still a failure. But the other people were saying, no, it's not, because if it goes there and the movie costs $90 million, and let's say the movie costs $100 million and it only makes $200 million, it's not a failure, because then it will see, the person that's producing the movie will see that it can actually work on streaming service that you can make money. At the next film that it makes you lower budget. If they make a lower budget, that may work. But what I'm saying too is that argument is that it's going to be as quality, because right now we have accustomed to seeing all this dynamic and shooting and flying and all this kind of phasing and stuff. If you cut the budget, you're going to cut some of them special effects. So I'm thinking if Black Widow goes there and it's successful, they can make their money, make any kind of a profit. I think that's going to open the floodgates to them doing this more often. And I personally don't have a problem with it. If I can get most of my movies in the comfort of my home, but the big movies like InGame, Infinity War, that kind of stuff, if I want to, I can go to a movie and watch it. I think that is fantastic. My only thing is they got to find a good price point, because I'm not paying $30 for every movie that comes out. That's just crazy.
Well, I think they're going to talk about making, and like I said on another stream. Oh wait, it's your turn. I'm going to shut up. I'll talk about it later.
If they make, like, if I can pay, say, $200 a year or something, just throw a number out, whatever, then I can break it down and see how many movies I watch a month. And then if it makes sense like that, then that's maybe something I'll go do. But paying $30 a clip and not own it, I just think that's a little bit too rich for my blood. Now, if you got a family and you take it out of your family, then that may be something affordable. But most of the movies I go and watch, it's just me. My wife don't care about no Marvel movies and all that kind of stuff. I go to chick flicks. So I mean, I would be essentially paying to see one movie twice if it's $30 a movie because no, three times. My movies here are $10.50. I'd be paying three times my dollar amount to see a movie one time. So that makes no sense to me. But you know, we kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place with a channel like this. You do it, let you go the way of. So, like I said, if they do it, and if that process is profitable, then I think that's open the floodgates, and theaters will probably die out sooner than later.
Okay. Hey, Danny, you're trailing off again there. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if it's the mic cord or something else.
Yeah, sometimes you sound clear, and then it comes like you're moving back away from it, and then.
How does it sound right here, right now?
That's better.
Let me see.
Sound better?
Still sound a little low though.
Not better.
No. Well, what kind of cord did you put in there?
Brand new cord I bought from Hollywood.
Yeah. Might have to look at getting another one because it may be something that I'm not sure.
Yeah, like when you play it back, you'll see what we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. That's better.
Yeah, that was better.
All right. Hey, David, how you doing? Good to see you. All right. Nzo, remember the question?
Yes, I do.
All right, cool. Here we go. 3 minutes on the board. Your time starts now.
I'm going to start by saying my theaters are open. So come on, guys. We don't need to put all these movies on Disney Plus. You know what I mean? We don't need to do that. I mean, for you guys, I understand that. But at least let me get the theater experience so that I could watch Black Widow on IMAX. That's what I'm looking for, you know? I'm gonna go see Tenet next week on the 27th, and then I'll probably go and see New Mutants on the 28th. So 2 days apart, I got two movies to go watch in the theater. It's only $5 for me right now. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. But it's like Donnie said, you know what I mean? We're talking about, first off, you're going to have a subscription to Disney Plus, which is, I'm not even sure how much that is anymore, like $10, $15, whatever. Then you're going to have to pay $30 a movie. Okay, so you think about it. You got Mulan coming out. Then you got Black Widow coming out. And whatever other movies they have in the workings to come out, that's a lot of money to be spending. Now, you do get to keep Mulan, right? So that's another thing too. At least you get to keep it. I don't know about Black Widow, but again, these are movies that are generated, are supposed to be like billion-dollar movies. There is absolutely no way these movies are going to make $1 billion on a streaming service. It's just not going to happen, especially if you're letting people keep them. You know, if you got a good movie and you keep it for 24 hours, whatever, boom, and you want to see it again, then you got to pay another $30 for it. I can understand that, but and I don't see people doing that either, you know. But again, if you're gonna let them keep the movie for $30, there's absolutely no way that it makes the money that it's supposed to make. So I think they're just gonna do this for now. They're gonna do it because of the crisis, the situation. And then when everything goes back to normal, they're going to be putting it back in theaters because let's say it does make money and they're like, oh, this is something we can do. You still can't make a $200 million movie and expect it to make money on a streaming service, right? So the budget for movies are going to go down. And just imagine seeing like an InGame type of movie with a $80 million budget. I don't think it'll work as it's supposed to work, right? So I definitely don't want this to happen. I still love my movie experiences. I still love going to the theater. So let's just understand that this is for now, and hopefully it'll stay like that. We'll see. Mulan is going to, because it's a big movie, so Mulan is going to be the level. If Mulan does good, then we don't know what's going to happen. But if it doesn't do as they expect it to do, then we won't see this happen again.
Okay. Now you're backing out a little bit on your.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, not sure.
That was just me.
Thank you.
I don't know. Maybe it's something else right now. Maybe it's just the internet. I don't know. You never know.
Yeah, it could be.
All right, 3 minutes on the clock. I'm gonna go see it in the theater, no matter what. If they want to release it to streaming with people paying extra on top of it to see it at home, that's fine. I think it works better with family movies, kids movies, because it's easier than taking your kids out to the freaking theater. It's easier that you don't have to spend $60 on concessions and then keep your kids down. Your kid drinks through, a huge, extra large drink in 2 minutes, and then they're like, "Dad, I gotta go to the bathroom," and that's a lot. I remember the first time I took my kids to see the theater. It was, for me, just tragic. But for them, I'm sure they didn't realize it. That's fine. But for parents, the streaming option makes sense. But make that family movies. If you got a teenager, if you got a 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old, they're going to want to go see it in the theater too. We're close here. We're opening up on the 20th. AMC is opening up on the 20th. 15 cents for a ticket because it's their 100th anniversary on that day. I think they're bringing quite a few people. And I think here in the United States, you will see a good portion of people still try to go. Again, there's the limits. There's the, how many people can be in there at one time, what they can and can't do. There's all that you got to figure out. But you can't keep everything closed for the rest of our lives. If this is something that we're going to have to get used to, we got to figure out how to have businesses open, even with this being here. It's like the flu. You don't shut down every business because of the flu, and lots of people get the flu.
And die from it as well.
Yes. I mean, and again, I don't want to ever make it sound like the current events is the same as the flu, but it is measurably similar. And we have to get used to how this works. And we have to, unfortunately, if you don't want to, you don't have to, but we have to rely on the people who are working on a vaccine, the people that are our leaders. You have to hope that they're doing things for the good and to get us back to that normal. Whatever that normal ends up being, if it's the normal we're used to, or not quite the new normal, but an in between of the new normal and the normal. I'm going to go see it in the theater, but I see this becoming an outlet to open the theaters to your blockbusters only. Drop your independent films down there. Disney Plus, Netflix, all these people have a premiere access part. You pay $7 a month here in the United States for Disney Plus, $70 a year, so they take 2 months off of it. If you want the premiere access, bump it up to $120 a year. I mean, and then you can fiddle around with the idea if they get to keep it or not. I don't think you're going to let people keep Black Widow, but they're going to let people keep Milan. I guess why not let them keep Black Widow? But then the key on that is, like most services that you pay a subscription for, is if you get it and you buy it and it's on that subscription service, you got to keep that subscription service current.
Absolutely.
That's how they get you. And that's a smart move on Disney's part. I'm not going to call them money grabbers or whatever because, well, that's business. And that's a smart business move. Danny, you're for streaming, right? Like doing this streaming, right? Okay, yeah. I mean, and Nzo, you're probably, I don't know, are you like me? You're going to go see it in the theater if the theater's an option? Yeah.
It depends on how people show it, but I know you like the experience. Let's say I was just super hyped to see InGame. I mean, I was like choking at the bit. I am in the back of my mind like, shit, I know I need to go. Depending on how much I drink, whatever, I may go twice to the bathroom. And so I'm strategically watching the movie out the bus, saying, "Oh, where can I go? Or what can I do?" If I take my grandchildren, they don't tell them when they want to go to the bathroom. So I go take them to the bathroom. I miss something, so I'm going to have to automatically go back and watch that movie a second time, make sure I do what I miss. I'm at home and I got that. Okay, I gotta go to the bathroom. I get a phone call from my job. Pause it. I ain't gonna get up. Or I gotta go to work. I pause it right there. Go to work. Take care of what I gotta do. Come back home. Get ready. I'm still rocking and roll. Theater experience. I'm gonna be out of 10 feet. I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm gonna miss movie because I gotta go to work. So the streaming for me is practical and it makes sense. If it's something big, I know I'm gonna be off and I'm out of town on vacation, whatever. Okay, yeah, I go to the theater and watch it. But every day for my thing for my pup, if I don't want to pay that whatever it is, that giant soda and nachos and candy and stuff, I go right to my kitchen. I fix what I want. To me, that makes sense. I
Hmm.
want that 75-inch screen TV that I'm about to buy from Walmart for $400 and be just happy to put my sound bar and forget IMAX. I don't need no recliner. I got a recliner in my den. I got all that perks for free. So, I mean, to me, that's just it doesn't make sense to me. Now, if it's something big and I want to take my wife out or my kids out, son, the grandkids, something special, okay. But regular movie, I'm not going to the movie to see a caliber movie like Captain Marvel or Shazam or Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not going to watch right there to come from my home.
Ooh, you see, me personally, if it's a Marvel movie, I'll go see it in the theater. It doesn't matter which one it is. If it's a Star
Captain
Wars
Marvel,
movie,
if you know it's
huh?
gonna be like long with Captain Marvel, you still want to watch that in the movie.
Yeah, I seen Captain Marvel in the theater.
You still want to watch that, and you know it's gonna be long level.
Yeah, it's an event. It's a Marvel movie. I'll still go see it in the theater. It's the Marvel and Star Wars. I'm only gonna go see Tenet in the theater because it's gonna be a new movie in the theater, and I haven't seen a new movie in a while.
You
Yeah.
like you want to come back and rub it in our faces. Uh, Today, Tanny and Terrence. I
I'm not gonna do that, Danny. I'm just gonna send you the pictures while I'm there. While I'm
So,
there, I'm sending pictures.
fine.
so there's two ways to look at this. I mean, I'm going to go see it in theater, but I understand Danny's thing. Here's the thing, though. I mean, part of the fun of going to the theater is trying to time those breaks. Get there, get back before anything happens.
It is. That's what I did with Endgame too.
So there's also this option.
Okay, you have a projector.
Yeah. And I got a wall. And my wall.
Man, you can make your own event. You get
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I could if I want to.
blow up movie theaters. I mean, the blow up screens you can put in your backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Right, boys over, throw something on the grill.
Yep.
That'd be worth more than going to the damn theater, bro.
That would be good. I'm not saying it wouldn't, but right now I got the opportunity to go to the theater.
I don't blame you. If the role reversed, I would do the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But later on down the road, you got an option between paying $125 a year and watching movies or going to theaters. Paying what regular pay, I'm gonna pick that $129 a year. I'm just gonna do it.
For me, like I said, it depends on the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tenet wouldn't be a movie that I usually go see in the theater. You know, I'd watch that on the streaming service or whatever. But like I said, because it's the first movie coming out, and then the next day is New Mutants, so I'll go see New Mutants the next day. I would have seen that in the theaters, anyways, right?
That
But
129, that 200 guarantee you see any movie that comes out, no matter Marvel,
Mhm.
film, whatever. I would get that, and I would cut Netflix. Everything else, I would cut off, and just play it.
I would get it too.
I'm not
And
with Netflix, but Disney Plus. All right, you out of here.
yeah, I would get it too. And certain movies that I want to see in the theaters, I would go see in the theater.
Exactly.
And the ones that I would just watch them on.
I don't like that pay per view, $30 per movie. I mean, they get expensive.
Hmm.
They give one woman and that woman at the same time. Then the next one, you're looking at Morbius and on Blade. The next one, you paying 60 something bucks.
Well, just imagine how many movies are going to come out next year alone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be like after the other, after the other. And if you're paying $30,
Hey,
like,
expensive, buddy.
yeah, I know.
Get expensive.
I know.
Then you get no love time for that, nigga? No.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting close here in the States to getting all this stuff and things like that.
You say that, but I don't think we're going to see nothing this year. I don't even believe it.
What was that?
So you said that, but I don't think you're gonna see nothing that is in here.
Well,
They're set.
AMC is opening, right?
They're set.
The only question is AMC going to be opening forever now, or is it just for this event that's coming up?
That's gonna be, I guess, the limited theaters across the
All right, Danny, you're roboting. If you want to jump out real quick and jump back in, I think it's the connection because you're getting blurry too.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's your mic. Yeah, we'll let them come back. I think they're going to stay open. I don't think you put this huge event together at 15 cents a ticket
And then close up.
because that's not going to make any money. I mean, I know that they've made a deal with Universal.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I think they've got some stuff. They got some bankruptcy protection, some things like that they got figured out. So, I think overall that they'll make it. And like I said, a foreign company bought them the last time they went up for sale, and they kept it here in Kansas City and in the States. And I don't think that anybody else is going to come and buy them and get rid of them.
Is that better?
Yes.
Little bit.
A little bit, yeah. I think that they're not going to open up for one day, Danny, and charge 15 cents a ticket.
Okay, I saw that article the other day. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's still roboting.
Fuck you.
I don't think I don't think it has anything to do with your mic. It's the connection for sure. Because it's messing with your camera too.
You look like how I was looking a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Call and complain to the internet people.
Yeah, be like, yo, what the hell is happening to my fucking internet, you goddamn internet people?
They don't deal very well with I don't know. That's just a lot of stuff that goes crazy. So Tenet, that's the first movie you're gonna go see, like the new movie.
Yeah.
That's the first one up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Tenet comes out the 27th, and then the 28th is going to be New Mutants. So I'll go see both.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go see. Hold on.
Speak.
You know?
It's definitely the internet connection.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear us fine?
Hey, you're fine. Oh well.
Yeah.
Okay, now you sound okay. Talk.
Hello? You hear me?
Yeah, you sound okay.
Okay.
I haven't seen any of that stuff right here opening up. I haven't seen that 15 cents. I haven't seen anything on the news or anything go to the theater that says reopen or anything. So I don't know.
Do you have AMC there?
Nope. I live in a small town.
That's one reason. Who is it?
I live in a small town.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah.
next biggest town may have AMC would be Columbia.
Well, they're opening. I'm trying to remember. Let me look here. So it's going to open on August 20th, 2020. They're going to start with prices of 1920s. Let's see here. I'm trying to remember how many they said they were going to open up. They will resume theater operations at more than 100 U.S. locations on Thursday, August 20th. Approximately 300 additional AMC locations around the country are expected to open during the following 2 weeks, leading to the release of Disney's New Mutants on August 28th. And then Tenet on the 3rd. Safe and Clean, developed under close cooperation with public health and safety experts to be stringently enforced by all AMC locations. They're going to take away certain, like you can only get concessions a certain way, things like that. So,
but bro, I'm told I gotta go to work. But
okay, no, that's cool. Nzo,
I'll catch y'all next Sunday.
Okay, man.
Peace.
Well, go ahead and tell everybody really quick about yourself one last time.
I am Danny, Comic Chat, aka Danny. My YouTube channel is Comic Chats on YouTube. You can catch me several nights a week. On Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch me on my show, which is the Chaotic Conversation. Tomorrow night, Tuesday night, again on Nzo's show, you can catch me and Chris. Also, sometime on Thursday nights, I'm on the Weekly Rumble. Saturday nights or Saturday afternoons at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can find me on Square One, which is totally a sports talk show. We talk about NFL, NBA. Usually, you can catch me at 5 p.m. on Sundays. After this, on Equilibrium, starring me, Terrence, Nzo, and John. And just about 4 nights a week, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturdays, Storm's Live. So I know it's a lot of content, a lot of shows. Pick one, pick two to support us, man. All your subs, all your comments, all your likes are greatly needed and wanted. And we appreciate your support.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Danny, take it easy. Be safe, okay?
Thanks, Danny.
All right. Well, Nzo, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself, where you can be found, and all that fun stuff.
Yes, sir. You guys know where to find me. Biggaford Entertainment. We're on the Rule of Three with Chris and Danny. We got Chaotic Conversation. We got Chaos List, Square One. You know, all the things that Danny mentioned. And like he said, if you can't catch them all, catch one or two. But you guys can always, you know, just go on their channels and play back the videos and watch them. You'll enjoy the content. But we appreciate the support. So thanks a lot. And again, great show, Chris.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It's always great with you guys. I appreciate you guys are a lot of help. We're starting to add new topics back in now, finally, after a few weeks of recycling. That happens, but I have a way we're going to fix that problem, which will be really good. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you to Danny. Thank you to Nzo. Thank you to all of you guys in the chat today. Please remember to go to that link I just put in and vote for me, Chris Knight. Please. I'm trying to win this thing. I didn't think I had a snowball's chance in hell, but I'm like this close to doing it.
So you got my vote. So.
I appreciate it. Guys, thank you very much. We all appreciate your support. Everybody's links is down in the description box below. Make sure you go to Chaos Central and sub there if you're not already subbed. We're trying to get that up to 100 subs still. So please, guys, help us out. Thank you, everybody. Nzo, tell everybody goodbye.
Peace. Later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, guys. Thanks for checking us out. Be sure to subscribe to both channels. And make sure to check out our friends in the Fandom Minutes. You can...
How about this? How about I do